What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Well, Solana is pulling back a little bit, leaving a lot of investors wondering what's going on and maybe even what should we be doing now. And so in today's video, I want to tell you exactly what I'm seeing because it is getting very interesting and I want you to watch this extremely closely. And so with that said, let's not waste any more time at all and let's get straight into the video. And don't forget, my friends, if you do want to trade a little Bitcoin, Solana, SWI, and many more on all the way up to 500x leverage, you can use that BTCC link down below. Guys, if you specifically use my link down there, they're going to give you a 10% bonus on all first-time deposits between $500 and $100,000. This means if you deposit, say, $4,000, let's just start there, you're going to get a $400 bonus back on the spot to start trading with. So you turn that $400 into $1,000, all that profit that you just made is completely yours, no strings attached. This is literally an opportunity to make free gains during the bull market on a great platform. So if you want to go check that out, again, I will link that down below for you, and I do think that you should definitely go give it a try. Now, looking at Solana, okay, let's kind of see what's going on here because we've actually been making a lot of progress over the last few weeks. So let me give you a little bit of a recap as to what's been happening so you can even, more in-depth understand what we're looking at today. So over the last few weeks, what we've been tracking is Solana's progress to make what we call a macro backtest. Quite simply, a macro backtest is just Solana's attempt to take a major point of resistance, flip it into support, and use that support to go higher. I'm under the belief that now that Solana has made this beautiful move to the upside, that it's going to come back down. We're going to try to find what's called a higher low, use that higher low to try to push up towards $300 to $350. That's what I think is going to happen. And so what we have been tracking is Solana's progress at making that happen. We laid out these three DCA zones, DCA zone 1, 2, and 3, and these are the levels in which I think it's the most likely that Solana will find that support and step in. And over the last few weeks, we've actually been seeing this pretty much play out exactly as we would hope. As Solana has been venturing down, not only has it been coming in towards these DCA zones and the bulls have been stepping in, holding up the price well, exactly as we would hope they would, but we've also started to see some bullish structures forming. We had this descending channel from Solana. We broke out of that descending channel. We came up towards the top side of DCA zone 1 and then we backtest. And now we're in a spot right now where Solana is still making some fantastic progress of breaking out of this descending channel and interacting with these DCA zones. And so I'm under the belief that what we're seeing from Solana today is actually, it has the opportunity to be very good. I think if it goes exactly as I hope it does, and I'm going to explain that to you in a little bit here, I think we could be in a spot to where Solana could actually be at the end of this little weird moment that it's been in and actually start trying to push up towards $250 again very soon. And so now that you have a good understanding and idea of what we've been up to, now let's kind of shift a little bit more in depth as to what is exactly happening right here, why it could be so big, and what we could be looking forward to next. Now, I will warn you, some of the things that we're going to go into are going to be a little bit complicated. So if you are somebody who's just rather new to this crypto space and you're just trying to get better at all this crypto stuff, or maybe you're on the other side of the spectrum, you're an advanced trader or technical analyst, but you are trying to add more tools to your toolbox, all that I ask specifically from you watching this video is that you just stick around until the end. At the end of the video, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what's going on with the Discord server, where we're releasing so much stuff, guys, insights, courses, classes, live streams, workshops, all types of stuff that are it's literally generating our community even on days like today, red days, hundreds of percentages in gains. So if you want to be somebody who is taking your game just to the next level, no matter whether you're beginner or advanced, as I mentioned before, all that I ask from you specifically is that you just stick around until the end of the video. So now that you have a good idea of what's been going on Solana, okay, let's dive a little bit deeper into, okay, what is happening right now? Well, what Solana is doing right now is called a micro backtest. Okay, so we had the macro backtest, now we're in what's called a micro backtest. And remember, a backtest is quite simply, in this context, when a crypto breaks above a point of resistance, when it comes back down to that point of resistance and tries to flip it into support, using that to support to continue higher. This is just called a backtest because you're all going back and testing that previous line. And what we can see is that Solana is finally actually doing that on this macro structure that we had. Do you guys remember a couple of videos ago when we broke out above this and I said, hey, Solana's trying to get the backtest right now. I'm not sure if this is going to be a big enough backtest to suffice, but I guess we'll just see. This is what I was talking about. It's like when you break out like this and you come back down, sure, this was a good and it was a decent backtest, but it wasn't a very big one. And oftentimes when you have a big structure, you want to see a big backtest. And that's why I told you, like, hey, this is okay. And it might be enough to get us upwards, but I'm personally still going to be aware of the the fact that we might pull back even further back towards some of these lower levels to get real support. And now I believe that's what's happening. I believe Solana's price has now come back on this descending channel to get real support. I believe the goal right now and what's happening is that this is a liquidity flush from the bulls. People who are super, or for the bulls, people who are super overextended on leverage and stuff like that are getting liquidated as the price is going down. Then what I expect to see is that we're going to see the bears start stepping in, start shorting this thing like crazy. Then the Solana's going to try to push upwards, and then we're going to liquidate those bears as well. Although obviously I'm not sure, and I may get invalidated if we fall back into the structure. That's just how this feels like it's playing out to me. And so my current strategy actually is that if that is the case, I think Solana is going to be attempting to set a low sometime soon here and a bottom out and try to push up back towards $246. Now, I actually have so much conviction that that is the case. I actually did do a little bit of buying on Solana today. Now, let me go ahead and bring this up for you again. What we can see here is if we go to Insights with Tyler, we actually did, let me scroll down a little bit. Where is it at? It's going to be one of these ones here. You can see I bought a little bit of Solana as it's back testing the middle of DCA zone 2 and the descending wedge. So I'm actually so confident that we might see Solana's price hold support here that I did do a little bit of buying right here. Something to further my conviction is the fact that on the hourly charts, on the RSI, we are seeing it fully extended. Solana's hourly RSI actually hit the lowest level that it's been to since we were back here on December 3rd, right before we saw Solana put in this beautiful move of about 12% to the upside. So to me, although it's not guaranteed that we're going to see Solana's price hold up right here, I think we have a decent sized chance at finding some support, and because of that I am going to do a little accumulating. Now that's not to say that we're immediately going to go up from here. It might trend and trickle downwards for a little bit, and we might ride the support downward for a little while. That's not the point. The whole point is that we're getting somewhat close to a bottom in my opinion, and I think it's going to have a very good chance of trying to push upwards. Another thing to consider, you guys know I'm a huge fan of the golden zone, right? The golden Fibonacci zone. If we do go ahead and draw in our golden ratio, boom, Fibonacci, swing low, swing high, you can actually see that Solana's price is now back at its micro golden zone. So that's just another layer of support that could hold its price towards the upside. So although all of these things aren't guaranteed, it's getting more and more likely that this is going to be the macro backtest from Solana that we're looking for, and that it'll use this support to try to push upwards. And so because of this, I actually think we're in a pretty decent spot. I did do a little bit of buying on Solana here, and obviously I might be wrong, guys. And if I'm wrong, what it's going to look like is Solana closing today's candle below 220 bucks. If we see this market absolutely turn on its head and Solana falls back into the bottom side here, yeah, I was wrong. We got invalidated. Now we're going to have to find the bottom side of this channel again and find another breakout. And in the grand scheme of things, I'm not wrong because we're still in the DCA zone. But in the short term, this back test was not, we didn't get a successful back test. We got an invalidation. We got a failure here, and we pushed down. So there is still that risk. That's the reason why I'm not doing a gigantic purchase here, because I am aware I could be wrong. But again, I just think that there's a decent sized chance, so I'm willing to go for it. An interesting thought here is that we are building an inverse head and shoulders pattern. That is something I've been watching very closely, and it feels like it might be on the way, but we don't have enough of a bounce here yet to justify saying that. So just keep that on the back of your mind that may also be forming, but of course I'll update you as that does play out. So overall though, where we are with Solana is a good spot in my opinion. It's back testing, it's holding well, we're looking real good, trying to flip that previous point of resistance into support. This is a macro back test for step 1, so this could be the beginning of step 2, step 3, and then boom, rocket time up towards 350 bucks. So keep an eye on this, and as I mentioned before, you guys know I'll update you as often as possible every single day about what's happening with Solana and many more. So for now, until the next video, watch this very closely, and I'll update you as soon as we do have that next move. Now, as I mentioned before, if you are somebody who is trying to just get better at this whole crypto thing, all that I want you to do is check out that Discord server down below. Now, in order to access the Discord server, you're gonna need to go through Patreon, and guys, it is the cost of a Netflix subscription or cheaper, either $17 a month or $5 a month. And when you do pay one of those, you're going to get access to things like Insights with Tyler, which comes with my thoughts and insights and guidance about things, just some updates, some of the things that I'm buying and selling here and there, some of the changes I'm making to my portfolio, and feel free to pause at any point and read some of this stuff we post in there. You're going to get daily technical analysis on all of your favorite cryptos. You're going to get daily fundamental analysis on the broad market itself. I've hired 2 teams of professional traders who are giving you their buy and sell signals every single day that they're trading. And remember, these are professional trade teams, meaning that they eat if they trade good. Their livelihood is based on if they trade good, and they're giving you their buy and sell signals for you to learn from and use every single day. Today is the very first day of course, Crypto Vault Live, in which we are going to see Crypto Moses give you a 30-minute exclusive show talking about the market and what's happening, and this will be happening every single day, Monday through Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard. There are premium classes on things like the Fibonacci's, the Bollinger Bands, bull market market investing, live workshops with coaches. There's beginners courses on things like leverage trading, on things like technical analysis. Guys, these are 30-minute long courses with 20-page presentations and cheat sheets and vocabulary sheets and all types of stuff to help you take your game to the next level. There's tips with Tyler, in which these are just random little 2 to 3 minute long videos going over just random stuff that you guys ask me a lot of questions about. And then there's community gainers, which is where, of course, their absolutely fantastic community is posting gain after gain after gain. And that's because, guys, we are teaching value. We're giving real value, not this old BS value you get in other places, real value. The community is using this value to turn it into lessons and strategies, and using those strategies to implement it into their own investing journey. And that is generating gain after gain after gain. These are hundreds of percentages and gains every single day. So if you want to be somebody who is taking just that next step in this whole world of crypto, it is the cost of a Netflix subscription or cheaper, and you can get it through the Patreon link down below. So head down there, go check it out, and please don't forget, I post 4, 5, 6, 7 sometimes videos here on the channel every single day. So if you do want to be a part of the journey, all that I ask, just smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and tune into the next video in a few hours because we got a bunch more coming today. So stay tuned for those, and I can't wait to see you all next time. Peace out, everybody.